What's up, guys? The most hated man on the NASCAR subreddit here, and I'm bringing you the final race in the first season of the NASCAR Heat Evolution Career Mode. Yes, we're finally at Homestead, and we're going to try to do what Kyle Larson cannot do, or can't seem to do every single year at this race, which is take it away from the Final Four chasers and win this darn race. Unfortunately, right now, we're running fourth. I got into the wall. We've got Nature's Bakery, or perhaps I should say we don't like to pay Payery Cup Series, or whatever you want to call that car. Yeah, so we're trying to qualify a little bit better than we are right now. We're fifth. I just don't feel like that's really going to do it, and we've wrecked Danica. Wrecked Danica in qualifying. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that Nature's Bakery is not going to be able to pay for that crash damage. But if you are indeed one of the haters from Reddit, I welcome you to what I do on this channel, some of it anyway. I'm planning on expanding the content a little bit more. Obviously, you guys appreciated me branching out past NASCAR Heat Evolution, and so I'm going to continue that. But right now, we are doing NASCAR Heat Evolution, and like I said, we're not in the chase. In fact, we're 30th in points. This season has been very, very tough. From a perspective of actually being able to contend for the top spot. Of course, this game starts you out kind of in a bad team, and you have to work your way up. So we're at the point now where we are kind of worked up, and hopefully we'll be able to actually start seeing some results here. And certainly I'd love to do that in the final race here at Homestead before the Daytona 500, which will be coming out hopefully either a couple days before, or maybe the day of the Daytona 500. I haven't quite decided when Season 2 is going to start, but it's certainly going to start around that time sometime. So we're 14th right now. I'm going to complete this flying lap here, see where we end up, and then I'll sim the AI results and see where we are as we come up to take across the line. It's going to be bad, isn't it? Yeah, no good. Alright, sim the AI results. 26th. Did we make it to the next round? No, we qualified 26th, so we will start pretty much mid-pack for this race. Let's see if we can work our way up.
It's time for NASCAR on NBC. We're live at the Ford EcoBoost 400, where tonight we crown the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion. I'm Rick Allen. It's been a long, grueling road to get here for the four remaining contenders, and it all comes down to 400 miles at Homestead Miami Speedway.
All right, like Rick Allen said, 400 miles, even though this is a 25% distance race, so it's really 100 miles. But regardless, we're racing, and we're going to try to pull off what Kyle Larson could not. Or hasn't yet. We'll have to wait till the end of next season to see if he can do it once again, of competing for the win at Homestead and then not winning at Homestead. Ooh, as we get a little bit loose down the back straightaway. There is some braking to be done in the corners here for Homestead, so we should be able to pass the AI in the corners, but obviously not on the straightaways. So we get a bit of a bump draft from Tony Stewart there. I did not do a good job of getting through turn 4, as you could well tell. Let's see if we can swoop. Nope, that's not going to work. Wow, Eric Almirola was able to save it with the Smithfield Bacon ride, which again, if you're one of those haters who came from Reddit, you know all about my love for Smithfield Bacon. Okay, let's see if we can go around the outside. There was a car almost spinning out there. It looked like maybe Brad Keselowski. Definitely running in some nice tight packs here. So I'm sure some people will like this. I know a lot of people like the pack racing. Certainly they like the Talladega race I ran just a few weeks ago, where the pack was fairly well packed, if that makes any sense. But now we're here on the back straightaway. We're still battling for 26, which is where we started. Can we go 4 wide into the corner? There's not really an opportunity there. All right, nope, there it is, 4 wide around Brad Keselowski. Star of Daytona Day, the movie, apparently. Okay, let's go. Let's see if we can get around here. And we'll bump Casey Mears just a little bit there. And can we run that Larson line? Yes, we can. And we'll even cut down behind Paul Menard. Try to draft him down the back straightaway. Come on. Come on. And is there going to be a gap here in the corner? Come on, let's drive around the outside of retired Scott, Paul Menard, and A.J. Allmendinger, side by side once again. Into the wall just a little bit. Got a bump draft from Menard. And now they're starting to thin out just a little bit, so we'll be able to hopefully pull around the outside of Allmendinger. Can't quite do it there. We'll have to get in this draft. Hope we can slingshot him here down the back straightaway. No, here comes Menard to the outside. Once again, straight line speed, absolutely awful. But if we perform well in this race and meet some of the sponsorship requirements, we should have enough money to invest in a wind tunnel, or at least renting a wind tunnel rental for the Daytona 500. I think we're in at $300,000 right now in terms of the bank, so we need another 200 grand from this race. Of course, 125 grand to win the race. I think there's about 100 grand up for grabs in terms of additional sponsorship I've got on the car. So it's possible to do it. We'll just have to see if I can actually pull it off as the field really spreads out. Let's see how the fuel mileage is doing, because that's going to be a big key here in all of this. 15 laps, as it always is really with this game. The fuel mileage always seems to play a factor. Sometimes we get really good fuel mileage and sometimes we don't. So is this going to be one of those times where we get really good fuel mileage, or is it going to be one of those times where we don't get really good fuel mileage? But we are got to block Clint Boyer here, keep him behind us. Maybe we can just swing around the outside here, lift off just a tad, maybe a little bit more because the tires are wearing. Certainly that front right likes to wear at these high bank tracks with the high G loading in the corners. The Goodyear, that right front Goodyear does not like that. And we'll just drive it in a little bit deeper than Allmendinger. Maybe we can go around the outside of Stenhouse. It's going to be very tough to do. Now in his draft. Draft. Let's go around the outside. And maybe we can do it. Maybe we can do it. 3 wide. Can we cut in front of Allmendinger? No. Yeah, well, we cut in front of Allmendinger. We couldn't cut in front of Stenhouse. So 59 to go. Awfully long race here at Homestead. And there we go. But Boyer's going to continue to battle with us. I think he kind of moved Stenhouse out of the way there, so we'll fall back to 20th. All that progress, and we only really gained 1 position in the whole fracas, or however you say it. Okay, come on. Car's just not wanting to get down on the bottom for the second half of this stint here. Might be able to do right side tires if it does end up being a green flag pit stop there. So we've got about 22 laps of fuel. That's going to be key information here near the end of the race. Not so much right now, but it will eventually be key information. Because if we have 22 laps of fuel, we're going to be 1 lap short at the moment if the race goes green, which I don't think it probably will. These races never tend to go green the whole way. So we should be able to make this on 3 stops. Planning for a 3-stop race, or I should say I'm planning for a 3-stop race. And we'll just see where it ends up taking us. But it looks like the fuel mileage is really good, because it's only gone down to 11 laps, and it was 12, I think, for at least 2 laps. No, now it's down to 10. Okay. Let's see if we can gain on Kyle Larson here. Ironically, at least the working title for this episode, assuming nothing else happens, is Do What Kyle Larson Cannot, or something like that. Something to that effect. Something a little bit more clickbaity than that, surely. But, yeah, let's see if we can do what Kyle Larson cannot and maintain 21st position here, because he seems to be struggling a little bit. We've definitely got comers and goers in the field right now. It looks like maybe Denny Hamlin behind us on the outside. Not entirely sure if that's him or not. Obviously, can't really give you a chase update to the people who are in the last 4 positions, because frankly, we can't scroll through the whole field or anything And obviously this race is spreading out quite a bit, so we're not going to be able to say, oh, this is the points as they run. I'm sure some people who complain about that will not have a problem with that, but other people who want to know who's leading the championship will be disappointed. So now I continue to hold Allmendinger back. I think if I can just maintain... and we got a car on the wall. It is Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer into the wall. He's going to pull down off of the track. Was that a tire? It almost looked like a tire may have gone on Clint Boyer's car, because that car just shot right into the wall. So we'll take the 20th position away from Boyer. Man, he was flying, but it did not work out for him. Now Allmendinger, he had a bumper inside. He's going to go down to the inside. And we're going to see if we can get around him. No, we can't. Maybe we can. Way out to the outside. Where is Allmendinger? He's right there. Yeah, and we got a yellow because I'm pretty sure I saw a car on the wall. We got 8 laps of fuel left. Do we pit with the leaders or do we stay out and hope for another yellow? I'm going to say pit with the leaders. Okay, the logic behind that move is, of course, getting on the same strategy as the leaders, obviously. But you're assuming that the rest of them are going to have to take a green flag pit stop, and with the way the AI rubber band, we may be able to actually make up some positions here on track, or track position, whatever you want to call it, by passing cars who are rubber banded to go slower further back in the field. We'll just have to see here. Trying to get to the inside. Obviously, while they're tightly bunched like this, it's going to be very difficult to pass. And we got into the wall just a little bit. Okay, where are we going to go? Oh, that's not where we want to go. That's definitely the Kyle Larson line. We're losing positions rather than gaining them, which is slightly concerning. Big draft down the main stretch into turn 1. How flat out can we go? Not quite as flat out as I would have liked, but not terrible, not terrible. We just really need to start making some passes here. Blaney and Bush causing issues there. All right, can we make it 4 wide? Can we make it 4 wide? No, we're going to spin out Kyle Busch. No, we're not, because he's going to save it. Still trying to save it, which he does finally. So now we've fallen back to 36. This is not good. This is not what I wanted to do. But at least running this far behind when we go into the corner, we'll actually be able to make up just a little bit of time by being able to run that ideal inside line on new tires. Okay, is this a good idea? I think we'll follow Dylan here. Okay, around the outside we go. Can we do it? Yes, there we go. There we go. As the cars run on the bottom, it's easier to overtake at the top. And Eric Jones going very slow there to the inside. Big draft. Let's get around the outside. That was 4 wide for a second there, but we got around him, I think. The Harvick car is still keeping just pace with me down the back straightaways. He pulls away just a little bit, but he got blocked by Brian Scott. Thank you very much, Mr. Scott. I appreciate that. There's Biffle down on the inside. A little bit of beating and banging with the 34 car of Busher. Let's see what we can do here. Drive it down deep into the corner. Try to go around the outside, and we'll stick it to the inside. Stenhouse, can we get around? Can we get around? Can we get around? No, we'll just stay in the draft here. Hope Stenhouse blocks Harvick, which he does. Guess we're following Greg Biffle as he almost spins out Paul Menard. And now here come the pit stops, which surprisingly didn't cause any problems that time, but they certainly slowed up the cars behind us. So that's fantastic. We're up to 17th. It's going to be interesting to see how many of these cars pit as they go 5 wide. Holy smoke, that is not what I wanted to see. That was very close, and it looks like we've got several cars coming into the pits now, including Michael Annette. And here comes Harvick on a tear down to the inside. He flew up down the back straightaway, but he's going to get screwed by pitting cars once again and fall back. So we're maintaining position here with the lead pack, which is fantastic. Here comes Harvick. He is really fast. I don't think he's in championship contention, though. I think he's out of it. Oh, we spun Greg Biffle. But we can give a little bit of an obstacle to Harvick so he can't overtake us. We'll continue to battle with Casey Kane. Can we keep Harvick behind us? Actually, I moved up to block him. Fantastic. I was actually able to pull that off. Surprisingly enough. Had to give it a little dab of brakes there to keep from running the back of Casey Kane over. And now here comes Kevin Harvick, and he's going to get that position, unfortunately. I'm going to have to fall back. Nothing I can do about that one. Let's see if we can drive her in deep there. Get that car, or the tail wagging on the car. Not quite the exit I wanted to get. So we'll keep running down the back straightaway here. See what we can do. In turn 3. Get that rear end sliding just a little bit. They're running right on the apron. Certainly Harvick is. Kyle Busch is coming as well. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'll be able to fight him either. He is absolutely on a tear. He goes around as well. So who's the car behind, directly behind us? It is Austin Dillon, who has been behind us most of this race, actually. Should be able to keep him behind us, right? We'll have to wait and see. Looks like Newman is running up there for the lead with Chase Elliott. Now, I can give you a bit of a chase update because those are two chasers, and they're both racing for the lead. So that's the championship right there, the battle for the championship. We're going to have to see how that turns out. Of course, Newman won at Martinsville. I said Loudon in the last video, which was kind of stupid of me, but I was corrected in the comments, and thank you for correcting me in the comments. As I tapped the apron. That's a thing you don't want to tap. We'll just continue to block Austin Dillon there. And we're going to slide the rear end just a little bit more. Try to block Biff. The Biff. Block Austin Dillon. Block Biffle. No, it's not working. 3 wide into turn 1. We should be able to get it. Nope, the car is sliding out just a little bit. And Dillon's going to go underneath as well. So that didn't work as well as I had hoped it would. Now Allmendinger is chasing us down, and we've been racing him a lot this race as well. So all the people that we raced before, we are racing once again. And the car is pushing up the track. Pushing up the track. Big push, big push. Come on, let's get Austin Dillon here. Let's try to drive that car into the corner on old tires. Ooh, that was very nice, actually. Just got that little bit of a slide going on there. And didn't quite work. It's just the straight line speed. The car is just way down on the straight line speed. Just can't quite get there. If we had the speed advantage, we'd be in really good shape. And if the driver could quit hitting the apron and almost spinning out, that would also be an advantageous thing to do. So we've got 9 laps, or 8 laps now on the fuel. So we should be pitting with 29 laps to go. And that's going to put us short of the window. So at the moment, we're going to have to make a splash. Still a 3-stop race, but we're getting close to the point, if we get a few more yellows, that we could make it on 2 stops. Just going to have to wait and see how it goes. Side by side with Allmendinger. And he goes around. So it was no real reason, easy for me to say, to fight him on that one. Well, now we're going to come back and maybe pass him. But I thought Allmendinger was going pretty slow there, so we don't have to worry about him too much. We're going pretty fast. What am I talking about? I was going slow, so... But now, see, that's a problem. With Allmendinger slowing down in the middle of the corners where I'm making up all of my lap time, he is losing all of his. And that's creating quite a situation there. In the draft. Come on, car. Get in there. Get in there. There we go. Very nice, actually. It was a good corner. Got just a little bit of a tap on the apron there, but it actually helped the car turn a little bit. Can't just properly exit, though. Can't quite get there. Let's see if we can drive it down in here. Come on, car. Come on. Get around the outside. Can we? Try. Nope. Nothing doing. Nothing doing. He keep running in his draft. 6 laps on the fuel. Didn't see how many laps to go there were. You guys probably know, and we play a little bit dirty with AJ Allmendinger there. He's going to come back down the back straightaway unless we can block him. Looks like we're able to block him at the moment. So let's do it. Let's block him. Nope, the car is just sliding just a little bit. Just a little bit. And there we go. That's better. Gonna block him again. Okay, 33, so right now we are making fuel mileage because it was 39 that we were gonna have to pit on, or 29 that we were gonna have to pit on. And now it's 28, I believe. I think, if my math skills are proper. And generally they're not. Generally I have a problem with math. It's always my worst subject in school. So asking me to do mental math while driving around Homestead Miami Speedway is asking a whole lot of this brain. But I actually finally pulled away from Allmendinger. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, 32 to go. Yeah, so it'll be 28 to go when we come in. So we are getting close to being able to make it on only one more stop. But we are going to need yellow, and we're going to need some luck. Because if the yellow comes out as soon as we come out of the pits, like it tends to do in this game, we are going to be in big time trouble because the rest of the field will be able to get back on sequence. And in fact, this is Joey Logano absolutely flying. Where'd he come from? That for position? No, that's a car making up a lap. So he's 2 laps down, or 1 lap down probably. Trying to get back on the lead lap. He was probably one of those cars that had to pit under the green flag after staying out, banking on the fact that there would be a caution, and there was not. So here comes Dylan into the pits. In fact, I may take over the lead here depending on how many cars are in the pits, and that'll be sponsorship dollars. So we're up to 3rd. I'm definitely going to ride the fuel out here, I'd say. We're going to have to see. Okay, the fuel alarm is on now. Eee. This is about the worst position I could put myself in, trying to stretch it. We'll see where it goes to 1 here. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Call me out if you will, but I don't trust it. Alright, let's get down to the speed limit. There we go. Into the pits we come. 4 tires, fuel. Let's see if we can pull out here. Pull out to a gap, I should say. Hopefully we'll be able to do something with this fuel strategy. Waiting on the tires. Estimated 14.8. Are we under it? No, we're exactly on it. So let's go here. 20 laps of fuel as the entire field goes by. And we're really struggling with the grass here. Get off the grass. There we go. Okay. Down to 25th. Got to use them road racing skills to get off a pit road. 28th. If I hadn't screwed up the pit exit, we would be a little bit higher than this. But hopefully this means the AI are going to rubber band like they tend to do. Oh yeah, they're definitely rubber banding. Okay, take advantage of this while you have the opportunity. Go, go, go. Okay, passing drill. This is like Gran Turismo AI right now, how slow they are. You just gotta pass them as fast as you can before the game decides to rubber band them back into place. Alright, let's see if we can get around and net the threat. Underneath a net. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go. Right down to the inside on the white line. There's Danica and Allmendinger up there. A couple of IndyCar washouts. Oh no, I mentioned IndyCar. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I'm so afraid of the people on Reddit. I'm so afraid of them, so afraid. But anyway, let's keep going here. And Allmendinger all the way on the apron. Surprised he didn't spin out. It would be funny if the AI had to play by the same physics rules as the players. I'd love to see these AI try to race on the simulation physics and then touch the apron and spin out constantly. It'd be pretty fun. I wish there were still cheats like in Dirt to Daytona where you could do silly things. That's missing in this game. and for one that has the same sounds as Dirt to Daytona. Where's my hornball or whatever? Or shooting those cannonballs or whatever at cars. Was that Viper Racing, or was that... Because there was a game called Viper Racing. It was made by Papyrus, the people who made NR 2003 and IndyCar Racing and all those great sims that everybody kind of puts on a pedestal. Well, they made a game called Viper Racing, and it had a cheat code in it where you could shoot like a cannonball at the opponents. And I'm pretty sure Dirt to Daytona had something similar to that. But the favorite thing I did in Dirt to Daytona was the mini cars. The mini cars cheat was very, very fun because you could turn them into like RC cars, but they had the regular wheels, so it was really crazy. Oh, Kyle Larson very slow there. So Larson's in trouble, or it's car's pitting. One of the two, but we're going to gain some position, so we're going to start moving back up to where we were before we had to come into the pits. Unfortunately, we're kind of still on the same strategy as the rest of the field here. So we're just going to have to see how this one works out. Looks like Almendinger. Almirola, easy for me to remember, is coming into the pits. Carl Edwards, I think he's a chaser, and he's in 37th. Oh no, Carl Edwards once again having issues and problems at Homestead. Such a bad, poor thing for Carl Edwards. 23 laps to go and 14 on the field. Yep, we will definitely have to stop again. I think I'll only do right sides and a splash of fuel on this final restart. What am I talking about? Final pit stop. And hopefully I don't completely botch the pit exit either this time. That'd be something that's good to not do. Unfortunately, you can see Almendinger and Dillon are up there, and those are two cars I was ahead of, unfortunately, earlier in this race. And again, the botched pit exit really kind of screwed that up. And we'll go right down next to the white line. Try to get this car going. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Down the back straightaway. And into turn 3. Come on. Nope, it is not working. So what's the tire wear like? 70, 80, 21 to go. Fuel is 13. So we're gonna have 4 laps to go or whatever it is when we come in. It'll probably be closer to 5 laps to go. So with 5 laps to go, come in. Boy, I don't even know if I want to take tires at that point. Yeah, I think I almost have to take tires, at least right sides, just to make sure we kind of maintain whatever position we have. And it's 16th right now. It's not terrible. And I think the rest of the field, assuming there's not a yellow, which there probably will be, the cars pitting now might not be able to make it. The AI never get very good fuel mileage, and this track seems like it's no exception. Now, obviously, we were on the same strategy as a few other cars, but there were certainly cars that were on our strategy that were pitting before us, so I would say we're not as good, we're not better than everybody else, but we're definitely in the top half of the cars that are good on fuel, in terms of fuel economy anyway. So Hamlin's looking behind us, and he may be a lap down. We'll have to see. Yes, he's a lap down. So don't have to worry about Hamlin. If he passes me, he passes me. And is he going to be able to go down there? He's looking, but he's not passing. So I will abstain from worrying about Hamlin at the moment. And the right front absolutely wears very, very quickly. So fast. 18 to go. Right down into the apron. Nope. That's not what I want to do. Why am I racing Hamlin so hard? Why am I racing Hamlin so hard? There's absolutely no reason to. And we've got 12 seconds in hand over DiBenedetto. In fact, we're gaining. We're pulling that gap out. So that's all good. All good, man. And 9 laps of fuel. We're coming up to the start-finish line with 17 laps to go as well. So 8 laps to go. Why did I say 5? Yeah, we're going to have to pit with 8 laps. So tires definitely now. Definitely, absolutely, no question about it. I am going to take tires on this last stop here. Kind of disappointed. I was hoping we'd be a little bit more competitive in this race. Obviously, we blew our opportunity at Talladega. I think that was the race I really could have won, should have won. But that does bode well that we do have a restrictor plate setup that's very decent for next year, or next season. So that's good. I feel like if we can win Daytona right off the bat and immediately lock ourselves into the chase, that would be very, very advantageous. We just have to wait and see how this works out. So 8 laps on the fuel. We're coming up to 15 to go. So yeah, it's definitely going to be 8 laps to go. We have to make the final stop. Ironically, you may have noticed that it is Larson in the pits. So Kyle Larson, the bad luck at Homestead continues. And this time it's much different than his usual luck, which is usually a 2nd or a 3rd place finish. This one is in the garage area, or in the pit lane. There's another car in the pits. Can I pick out? Oh, there's a couple cars in the pits. Looks like one of them's Boyer. Of course, he hit the wall way early on in the race. And whoever the other one is, I haven't the foggiest clue. So we're not gaining on anybody. We're not catching anybody. We are just kind of stuck in the middle with you. Oh man, are you guys excited for NASCAR on Fox this year with DW probably singing songs? Oh yes, that's always fun. For the life of me, I will never understand why they didn't go with Larry Mack and Jeff Gordon instead of Jeff Gordon and DW. I'll never understand that decision. I'm guessing DW tests well in the focus groups or something. That's the only thing I can imagine. Ooh, right out next to the wall. Kicking up the dust. Definitely the Larson line that time. Now down the back straightaway once again at Homestead. You know what? Again, this is another suggestion I really have for NASCAR Heat 2 or whatever they want to call it. Give us, if you want to sell DLC, sell classic tracks. I would love the four-corner version of Homestead, like the Indianapolis clone version of Homestead, which was the original version of Homestead. I would love to drive on that track, and if they gave us stuff like that as DLC, or sold us stuff like that as DLC, not give. I mean, give would be great, but they have to run a business. But if they did stuff like the four-corner version of Homestead, and like I've said in previous videos, stuff like Mosport in Mid-Ohio as DLC, I think that would be really, really fun. Maybe the old version of Phoenix too. That would be stuff I would buy for DLC. But paint schemes, not so much DMI. So we're gonna have to come in. Now we're getting terrible fuel mileage. It almost looks like we're gonna have to come in with 10 laps to go rather than 8. Just depends how quickly that 3 laps of fuel decides to go out of the tank. We're pretty much flat out the whole way around as well. So there's not a lot of chance to save fuel, but the tires are definitely going away. This is the first full tire stint I've really been able to run. Cars in the pits. So we're out mileaging some folks. And we move up into the top 10. Actually into 7th place. Boy, that would be nice to maintain. That would be really nice to maintain. If we got a yellow right now, I'd be very, very happy. NASCAR Heat, give me that yellow. Give me a yellow flag. Give me a yellow flag for my troubles. You've been bad to me this whole season. Now would be the time for a yellow flag. Nope, we're not going to get it because we got to come into the pits. No, I haven't even got the fuel alarm yet. Why did I slow down them? Oh! I got a yellow, but I'm a lap down. No, I'm not. I'm on the lead lap. Now I'm in first. What is going on? Oh well, I'll pit. Oh my god, NASCAR Heat gave me a break. Alright, we're restarting in 18th. I put only 1.5 cans of fuel into the car, 4 tires, trying to run this thing light here at the end of the race to try to capitalize on track position. Green is out, and the season is going to end here at Homestead with 5 laps to go, just like I said it would. And we almost got spun out by Ellis. I had to make a blocking move there. Obviously, they're going to be very fast here as we come up to speed. My speed is going to come once we get back here to the corners and everybody's up to a race pace. I can use the draft in the straightaway and use those new tires. Let's get around to Benedetto. If we can get to 15th, that would be very, very excellent. Boyer going very fast. It might be smart to follow him. Come on, car. 4 to go. Around the outside, just a little bit of a lift there. Car skating around on the outside with the Larson line. Boyer trying that inside. And he's going to get around Allmendinger. See if I can follow Hamlin through. Can't quite do it. So who's the fast line here? Well, Allmendinger's struggling there. Looks like Hamlin's the fast one. We'll get behind him. No. Now we'll get behind Allmendinger. And into turn number 1. And push Allmendinger just a little bit. Nope, we can't pass him yet. How many laps to go? 2? I don't know. Boy, we didn't need 15 laps of fuel. I really wish I would have short-filled now. I mean, really short-filled. Like half a can. Of course, if the yellow comes out, that's going to be actually a smart decision. We're just going to have to wait and see. Allmendinger pulling away. Dang, man. I've been stuck behind him all race. Or stuck with him all race. 2 laps to go. We're on the lead lap, so everything's good on that front. Come on, drive into the corner. Right down to the apron. Try to drive around the outside. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Draft, 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 draft. Nope, not quite. Not quite. Not quite. And into the corner, into the corner. Down. Can we get the car down? Can we get that exit? Allmendinger was kind of slow off of there. White flag is going to come out. We're going to have a probably close finish here for 16th. It's going to be the most exciting race for 16th you've ever seen. At least that's what I'll claim it is. Let's go down to the corner. That was so deep into there. Come on, baby. Outside. Can we get around AJ Allmendinger down the back straightaway? We got to get this draft here. We got to get the run into turn 3. It's going to be whoever has the biggest cojones here. Come on, car. Come on, car. Get down there. Get down there. Nope. My cojones were a little too big. Now I have to defend from McMurray. Oh, no, he passed me. Okay, so the season ends with a 17th place finish, but we didn't put it in the wall. We didn't end up 35th like we have in so many races. It's a definite improvement going into the next race, and we have a new champion. Ryan Newman pulls it off in style. The champion, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion, is Ryan Newman, winning at Homestead. Wow, what a shocker there. I don't think I accomplished any of the sponsorship requirements, so we're only going to get 75 grand plus the 12 from CJ Energy Services. Wait, we led a lap. When did we lead a lap? Oh well, $100,000, I'm not going to complain. So let's take a look at the final point standings, and then we'll take a look at the chase standings after this. Did we finally move up past? No, we didn't. We were 20 points out of 29th. Oh well. So we move on to next season with a top 30 in points. A lot of room to improve on. So the season has concluded, and you can see the chase for the Sprint Cup 30th place. Not too great. Not too great. But we can start the season, as you can see, and then we will do that in the next video. I've got an achievement, rookie no more, so I lose the rookie stripes, right? Hopefully we will. Let's look at the chase grid. And you can see Ryan Newman, the Sprint Cup champion, over Jimmy Johnson by 7 points. Carl Edwards and Denny Hamlin just missing out. The Toyota boys getting beaten by the Chevys. So Newman's the champion for 2016. That is such a weird thing. That's so weird. So we don't quite have enough money. We're $13,000 away from wind tunnel testing, so we're going to have to go into Daytona with no wind tunnel testing, which is slightly unfortunate. But we're just going to have to pull a Talladega and just win, baby. So, once again, Ryan Newman is your Sprint Cup champion. Thank you guys so much for watching this season of NASCAR Heat Evolution, and I hope you'll stick around for the next season, starting around the Daytona 500. The real-life Daytona 500 will be starting with the David Land on YouTube Daytona 500. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.